Well, good morning. Thank you all for having me here today. And what I would like to share with you today is the science inside soul, which I have found personally has worked amazingly for me since I was diagnosed with Lyme disease. But again, it fits in with a lot of what I have been learning and researching over the past several years on health and nutrition. And I would just like to share a little bit of that with you this morning on our call. The PowerPoint that you're seeing today, I have created. It is up on my website, so if you would like to view it for further review, you're able to do that. And again, I'm a whole food educator. I believe in whole foods and integrative holistic health. It's my life, my passion, and it's something that I try to share with all of my clients and friends and family. The first thing I would like to talk to you, most of you already know what is in Soul. We are seed-based nutrition, black raspberry seed, black cumin seed, grape Chardonnay seed, and of course D-ribose. I'm hoping to share a little bit more knowledge about each one of those ingredients so that you can potentially share that information with your family and friends as you share Soul with everybody on the planet. The benefits of Soul, as you may know, it's a nutritionally based product, and when you drink Soul, you are getting the equivalent of 8 to 10 servings of fruits and vegetables and 2 to 3 servings of essential fatty acids that you need in your daily life. And as you know, every day when the human body wakes up, it actually needs 12 vitamins, 17 minerals, 9 amino acids, and essential fatty acids to keep you going throughout the day. Soul gives your body a basic premise to be what we call nutritionally solvent in our world. And one of the things why I like Soul is because everybody knows, and everybody that you talk to today knows, that stress is the most horrific thing that can happen to the human body. And I actually teach classes on stress, and I'm going to tie this into why Soul is important. Stress, as you know, is the body's response to events, situations, trauma that basically create an acidic environment that promote illness and inflammation in your body. And this is from the National Academy of Sciences. We know that there are 4 types of stress: emotional, physical, chronic, and what we call pharmaceutical induced. We know that those types of stress actually can detract from your body's ability to absorb vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and the essential fatty acids that you eat during the day. So what we try to do is try to eliminate stress in the human body. And one of the ways to do that is to understand what stress affects, and then, of course, how nutrition can help solve this problem. Through the Indian Journal of Endocrinology and Medicine, and about 5 other studies that I can share with you if you're interested, we know that stress affects genetic activity, especially when there's no trauma to life, and that's what I call our emotional stress. We also know that stress affects your body's inflammation response. How much is your body going to be inflamed? What is it going to do to the cells in your system? We also know that stress affects your hormone production and release, and also your body's ability to utilize the hormones that are released in your system. And that's actually a study from, again, the Indian Journal of Endocrinology, and also Ohio University did a study on that as well. We also know that stress affects nutrient absorption, blood pressure, heart rate and efficiency, and also how your body responds to various treatment protocols from the medical community. So what we try to do is understand stress, and I teach people a lot about this, but then also understand what you can do nutritionally, and in my case is using Soul, to help eliminate or lessen the effects that stress has on your body. We also know through several studies that stress is directly related to inflammation. We know there are 2 types of inflammation in the body. We have acute inflammation, and this is typically your body's normal response to injury. If you break your leg, sprain your ankle, you're in a car accident, genetic illness, this is your body's normal, characteristic healing response to injury in the body. We have chronic inflammation, and this is the inflammation that we really need to attack with the health and wellness protocols in the United States and nationally at this point and internationally. Chronic disease and system shutdown is when your body has been inflamed due to any type of illness and or stress that you have allowed your body to be under, whether emotional, physical, along those lines. Basically what happens is the immune system gets confused. And this is why you end up with such chronic illnesses such as chronic fatigue, adrenal fatigue, Crohn's disease, and I could go on with that. And we know that inflammation and stress are directly related. Our point with the health and nutrition end is to teach people what they can do to decrease or lessen the effects of this in the human body. And then therefore, all of those things that we said before, the effects of stress, work to help those not be such a devastating effect on the human body. And this is where Soul comes in. Soul is backed by clinical research. It contains seed-based nutrition, and most of you who are, I will call Soul aficionados, know this. But this is done for those so that you can take this back and share even more. Seed-based nutrition, we know that the life force starts in the seed, everything is contained in the seed, and what Soul and Rain International have done have managed to patent a process, the cold press process, so that we are not losing the nutrient value of the seed in this product. So it's pure, it's chemical-free, it's certified organic, which is very important in the health and nutrition field. The combination of the ingredients in Soul is phenomenal. And if you look at the research behind each of these individual ingredients and how they work together, this is why we are getting so many amazing testimonies of people who use the product, and I have seen as little as one day, to people who are on it for 2 or 3 weeks and begin to notice phenomenal changes in their quality of life. So we're hoping that you can let Soul be the answer to the #1 killer right now, which is stress. And what I'm going to do next is talk a little bit about each ingredient. I can share the medical research behind that if you would like. I actually have notes from where these studies came. So if you want that information, please contact me. I can send you where to go to look for even more research. So here's the first one. Why black raspberry? Black raspberry is an amazing fruit. As many of you who've been listening to me over the past couple weeks, you know that I'm a big proponent of balancing your body chemistry, your pH, the amount of oxygen your red blood cells carry. It's on a scale of 0 to 14. You want to be around a 6 or a 7. Men and women have different numbers, but today's not the session for that. But again, black raspberry helps your body balance your pH. It helps your body carry oxygen. It also assists with nutrient absorption. It has vitamins, minerals, and fibers so that when you have that in your system, your body has a better chance of absorbing nutrients and minerals from the other foods that you eat. That's important. I get a lot of clients who have iron problems, and what they don't realize is some of the foods that they're eating actually prevent iron absorption. So with black raspberry, this is one of those things that we can help with that. It's also what's called an antioxidant. Black raspberry through the University of Ohio has actually been shown to eliminate free radicals in the body. There's several studies done. And what that does is free radicals in the body are things that actually damage DNA. If you have something that's an antioxidant, those are the things that get rid of the free radicals. They create oxidative stress, and therefore those nasty things in the body have less of a chance of ruining your DNA. So that's why you keep hearing that antioxidant. Black raspberries are one of the highest rated antioxidants on the market, and we have black raspberry seed in Soul, which is very important. There are many cases where black raspberries have been used in cancer treatment and prevention, and again, there's been many studies on that. It helps boost the immune system. It has helped stabilize and restore the insulin glucose levels in the body. And another big one, both Ohio State University and Livestrong.org, they have done tons of studies on how that black raspberry has been shown to reduce cancer tumors in animals, and a lot of people are taking that research and applying it to humans. It's a great anti-aging fruit. It's a source of phytochemicals and high levels of anthocyanins, which help basically, again, boost nutrient absorption in the body. And my favorite is Greek mythology. This dates back to Greek mythology. They used to associate black raspberry with fertility. So you can read about black raspberry as far back as your history books can take you. So that's the wonderful thing about black raspberry. The next one that also dates back to King Tut, and probably even further if we had accurate historical records, is black cumin. You've probably heard this a million times, but Muhammad said that black cumin can cure everything but death, and it has been used throughout history for almost everything. The information on this slide that you're seeing can be linked directly to research both in the United States, the University of California, both in India, China, Japan. They are using black cumin for so many things today. It's being so widely used right now that there are companies that are actually trying to patent protocol treatments for black cumin, including the #1 company you may know of, Nestle. They're trying to get a patent on it right now. So, but here's the scientific evidence that we're seeing currently today. It boosts the immune system. It fights cancer. There are institutes that are actually using black cumin today to fight cancer and the inflammation response that the human body has when it has cancer. It's also been used to prevent pregnancy in some areas. It also has been used to lessen allergic reactions. And again, this is evidence that was current literally within the past 2 years. But where it goes stronger than that, and this is, again, research-based, black cumin has been used for digestive issues, and I mean all of them. You can go across the board. Cancer treatment and prevention, diabetes, strengthen the immune system, psoriasis and other skin conditions. I read 2 studies, both in Asia and from India, where they are using black cumin for both eczema and psoriasis right now. It's also been used for asthma and allergies. I have also seen black cumin also worked, and again, keep in mind I'm on the homeopathic side of treatment. I actually have had women use black cancer for lowering their blood pressure and also increasing breast milk flow and to alleviate menstruation issues simply because of the properties. So the benefits for us, and that all of us who take soul and are promoting soul, is that black cumin is in soul, the purest form. So although I can't say that, we can cure these issues, but the thing of it is we have the ability to offer this to people and then share the scientific research of what black cumin has been shown to do. So that's an amazing thing with black cumin. And I will just tell you, the research on black cumin is so much more involved than what I have shared here. I tried just to put the top things that I have seen and then the top questions and issues that I've seen in my practice that have come through with this. So hopefully this can give you a little bit more information. I didn't mention, you see it on the side, but black cumin is also an anti-parasitic, which in my own personal view, this is why I think soul has helped me so much with my Lyme disease. Because as you know, Lyme disease is a parasite, and since I have been on black cumin, I have had phenomenal results with my health, and like I have no more fatigue and things along those lines. So again, that's why I personally feel that soul is very important for anybody, who has that type of condition. But again, that's my personal testimony. Grape Chardonnay is our next ingredient, and the wonderful thing about grape Chardonnay is this, again, is one of the most researched seeds next to black cumin. From the Journal of Rheumatology to the Journal of the American Cancer Society, we know that grape Chardonnay can be 50 times more potent than vitamin E and C in isolation. It's a natural anti-allergen and anti-inflammatory, according to several medical journals, and it has been researched all over. And again, all of the stuff that I'm giving to you today has been researched in a medical journal, and if you need that information, I can give it to you. Here are the things that we have found about grape Chardonnay. First of all, it's used to treat diabetes. It's also used to treat asthma and hay fever. So again, keep that asthma and hay fever in mind. Keep in mind the other two things we have that have also been used to treat asthma and allergies, black cumin and black raspberry. So imagine when you have three ingredients in one product that treat the same thing. Imagine the power that can have on the human body. Grape Chardonnay has also been used to treat skin disorders. It also has been used as a potent anti-inflammatory. It also has been used to treat arthritis, ulcerative colitis, and Crohn's disease, as well as cardiovascular disease. It also has been used to promote brain health, and also grape Chardonnay has also been used to treat cancer because we know from the research that it neutralizes free radicals that damage DNA in the body. There have been a lot of doctors out there that have conducted research, and some of them have printed their results, some of them just published them on their websites. But one of the ones I had read, there's another holistic doctor that I have worked with and read all of his research, and he has done a lot of research on grape Chardonnay with cardiovascular disease, because most people look at heart disease as too much cholesterol, but it actually is a result of low-grade inflammation. So that's another reason why I always try to teach people about what these seeds do and how they can help and what disease really is. So grape Chardonnay has actually been used to treat cardiovascular disease in several locations. So that's one of the neat things about grape Chardonnay. The other ingredient that we have in Soul is D-ribose. Now, if you love to read medical journals, D-ribose, there's so much out there on D-ribose. And I will tell you where this information came from. D-ribose, I have read some studies called the effective treatment of severe chronic fatigue, the Journal of Musculoskeletal Pain, the Virus and Infectious Disease Journal. There's also been a lot of medical research that's been published in the Journal of Medical Virology and also the Journal of Rheumatology. So you might think I'm a research geek, but I think it's important to read and know your stuff. So D-ribose, this is what people may or may not know. D-ribose basically is a sugar. To be honest with you, it can be made in the body, but it is a very slow, laborious process that really it's not effective. So you really have to get it from things that you eat. The bottom line for D-ribose is what it does, is it gives your body, at the cellular level, energy through mitochondria. It also helps your body make something called ATP, which basically is a healing property in the human body. It's a very vital part of your human metabolism. Most of the issues we have found is that the human body does not have enough of D-ribose. Soul has it, which is wonderful. And here is where all of the documented uses of D-ribose come in. It promotes recovery of ATP. Again, that's your healing cells in the body. It's a wonderful thing. It provides energy. It helps make up genetic material. It prevents cramping and muscle fatigue. And again, keep in mind all of the illnesses that we know of today that have fatigue. Fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, Lyme disease. I can go on, okay? So, and that's the next point. The other thing for D-ribose is that because it gives your body energy, it promotes mental clarity and focus. You know this whole brain fog thing we sometimes have? One of the reasons we have that, it's because our body is not producing enough of what we need. And we're not giving our body enough of what we need. And part of that, if you did some blood levels and things, probably because our D-ribose levels are nowhere near where they should be in the human body. The other thing for D-ribose is that it restores energy and function to the heart. That's very important. And again, all of this is from all of those medical journals that I talked about a little bit earlier. We have also talked about the importance of D-ribose, but the other thing that people don't think about is what happens if your body is not getting enough of D-ribose and your ATP is not working at the levels that you need. There's a lot of things in the body that can happen, from poor digestion to kidney function, to even, having your hypothalamus not even work correctly. And that's the gland in your brain that governs all of your hormones. So you have all 4 of these ingredients in Soul. All 4 of these have tons of research and scientific evidence behind them that show why they work in all of these particular studies. And what we have taken all of these and we've put them in Soul. So it's seed-based nutrition at its finest. And what we have is the ability to offer this to others and also share the research on how your body can create stress, respond to inflammation, but how then we have 4 ingredients in our product that are research-based that can actually work to help, in most cases, or in some cases, pending each individual human, help them with what it is that they might be struggling with, at their particular level. So hopefully, with all of this research that you have and the points that I've given you, you have a little bit stronger of a base of what's in Soul, how it's used, and how all of them together in concert can then work to go back and help your body deal with the stress that we take on, whether it's emotional, physical, pharmaceutically induced, or injury-based, and that how our body can get a nutritional base to have our cells work at their finest capacity so that hopefully that we can suffer less from the things that we currently have.